Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ask Kati Anything. I'm your host, licensed marriage and family therapist, Katie Morton, and today I am joined by the amazingly talented and inspiring comedian, Jiaoying Summers.
Katie, I'm so happy to be here. I literally entered the fairy tale world. I am so in love with your oak tree in the front. It's so beautiful.
The trees in Texas are beautiful.
It's really beautiful.
Thank you for making time to sit down with us.
Of course. I wish I had more time.
I know, you're such a busy
I'm so
lady.
excited.
Yes, let's dive right in. So when I first met you, it was probably, I don't know, at this point, a couple of months ago. Mm-hmm. And you were at my friend Kalila's, her and Bobby Lee's Tiger Belly Live. Mm-hmm. And she introduced you by saying that you were born in China under the one-child policy. Mm-hmm. And your dad told your mother to get rid of you. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about that? I think a lot of people, like even myself, I didn't realize that existed so recently.
Yes, it's there's a one-child policy. So every family, just family planning, you can only have one child. And most of, because China is very traditional, mm-hmm. they all want a boy. So if it's a girl, they usually give it away or get rid of it. If
That's
they don't
crazy.
Have a place for
and
the
don't
girls
they realize
to go.
that the females have to create the boys too? Like we create all
Now
humans?
it's a problem. Now there's way more men and less women. Mm-hmm. All the ugly bitches, they just, when they want to get married, they ask for all the money because the guys have no choice.
Yeah, because there's
all the
no
guys,
women.
there's no girls. So the girls are like, all the ugly bitches are empowered. That's good.
Hey, that's good, right? That works. So how did that happen? Because you're here, obviously. Mm-hmm. So your mom didn't get rid of you.
My father kind of like dropped me because he was drunk. So I started screaming and crying. My mother heard me screaming. She said, she's ugly, but she's a fighter. Let's keep her.
Oh, hey.
So
look at
here
that.
I am.
Yeah. And how did you find your way? So your parents didn't have any more children. You're the only
No, they
child?
had more. They want a boy. My mom gave up her business, her work, her house. She paid fines until she got my son. Her son, my younger brother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So how does that work then? So it's just you and your brother then?
Me and my sister and brother.
Oh, she
I
got
have a younger
two
sister.
girls.
Yeah. She kept them.
And so what's the fine? Sorry, I don't understand this whole.
The fine would be like your work. You're gonna get fired from your job. And your brother and sisters are going to get fired from their job. And your house is going to be taken from you. So the fine is not like $200.
No.
It's your livelihood.
It's your life.
It's your life. Yeah. For people who's extremely courageous, they don't care about it. My mom's like, I'm going to be okay. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, you're similar to your mom in that way.
I don't know why she has that kind of confidence.
Just fight.
She's like, I'll own a business. I don't need a job. Fuck that job.
Wow.
She's always like now, like my divorce, I walked out from the divorce with no money. And I'm like, I just don't want you in my life. Yeah. I would rather pay the price. I would rather pay to just not get any money or no child support. Just want you to be out of my life. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
I believe in myself, I think. It's kind of for my mom, I think. Mm-hmm. Really beautiful.
Yeah, that is amazing how much she gave up to keep you.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So then how did you find your way to the States? Tell us a little bit about that story.
I always want to become a performer. Like, it's just, I know I want to be an actress, a performer. That's what I want. I wasn't considered a beautiful girl in China because we have extreme colorism in East Asia. Like if your skin's dark, you're ugly. That's
Is your skin considered dark for?
Considered dark for Eastern Asian. But for the in the Philippines, my skin would be medium.
Yeah.
But like in East Asia, if you see the K-pop, you see K-drama, that is the beauty of standard beauty.
Very pale.
That's very pale. Mm-hmm. And vampire, you've never translucent, like.
Yes. Is that why we find, in LA specifically, I would see a lot of Asian women wearing like gloves.
Yes.
And the whole like a sun hat with.
Yeah, they wanted to make sure like they are as pale as they can. Like even in Asia is even worse because like people bleach their skin to make it whiter.
Wow.
And I'm not pretty because of my skin. Also, I have big lips. Like strong jawline, strong bone structure is not attractive in China.
Oh, interesting.
You have to have like a V-shaped face and like a tiny little cherry lips.
Oh, interesting.
Like when I'm like doing things in China, they would put concealer over my lips to draw a tiny lip, cover my lips.
Oh, the opposite of the States because people overdraw.
Yes. Yeah. So I've always been like the ugly girl, and my nickname was Cage Fighter.
Oh man, that had to do a number
gladiator.
On you.
But like it was just so brutal. But my mom, she lent some money to my cousin who is like 10 years older than me. She got married, and I was just like, she was babysitting me after school. After elementary school, I go to her video shop to do homework, and I watch all the Hollywood movies and looking at all those beautiful women, Latino, like black women, dark skin, big lips, gorgeous. They are obviously like gorgeous women, and it doesn't make any sense to me why I'm ugly.
Yeah, and then you look at these same women.
Yeah, when they are so beautiful, and I just felt that maybe there's nothing wrong about me. Maybe it's just this beauty of standard is really sick, and I want to go to a bigger place to be appreciated and to build my confidence. Like 11.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I just decided that whoever tell me I'm ugly, I can't wear pink, I'm polluting pink because I'm so dark. They said, like, you can't wear pink because you look so ugly with pink. You know, I wasn't even allowed to wear like bright colors. Even now, I wear some neon color. I was wearing a neon. Like, my mom was like, your skin's too dark to wear neon. I'm like, Mom, dark skin make neon pop.
It does. I'm like, that's what goes with neon. Like, the tanner, the better.
Yeah, she's like, I'm like, it's crazy. So I didn't let the voice to tell me I'm ugly. I didn't believe it's there, but I did not believe it. So I decided to go to America when I go to college, and I came here when I'm 18.
Awesome. And where did you end up in America first?
I went to University of Kentucky.
No shade on Kentucky, but it's just such a Midwestern / Southern.
Yeah, nobody people are like, what? Kentucky? I'm like,
you're like, as long as I'm out of here.
I'm like, nobody lies about going to Kentucky. You know, it happens to the best of us. Like, I'm not lying about this.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to. My mother wanted me to get my visa and to get my visa during the summer, and that's my first offer from university in America. I literally got in a lot of other offers from other schools, but like, I need to get out.
Yeah, immediately, like as soon
before
as
she changed her mind, because I'm an immigrant. I can go from Kentucky to New York in one day.
Yeah.
For me to move from Kentucky to LA is like nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I have my friends who are modeling in like Kentucky. They are so beautiful. They are born American. They can work legally. They've been saving for 9 years. They still don't have the guts to move to Chicago nor LA. I'm like, after college, I'm like, I'm going to LA. They're like, oh, we don't have money. I'm like, I don't care. I'll
figure it out.
I don't give a fuck. I don't have time to wait. I'm going right now.
I do love that about you, and the interviews I've seen with you is the fact that we can but I'll wait until I have X before I do that. I need to save this amount before I can make that change. Or I want to go to Italy, but I'm not going. I'm being crazy. We say that a lot to ourselves. I think even personally, I do that sometimes, where I think something else has to happen first before I can do something I want to do. And it's like, why are we waiting? You know, what are we waiting for? It's never going to be perfect. And life goes by too fast.
Yeah, because society gives us the certain rules. How many years will it take for you to do this? How much money it takes for you to do this? How much status and support that people have about you in order for you to achieve certain things. But I think the rules are meant to be broken.
I agree.
I think nobody headlines the Apollo Theater in less than 4 years.
I know, but you do.
Oh, thank you. I know Phyllis Diller, she headlined Carnegie Hall in 5 years, which is
that's amazing,
unheard of.
Yeah.
And I just I really don't. I know people hate me. A lot of people hate me.
Why?
Because of my accent, because how fast I'm moving, and because how relentless. Like, they can hate me, but they can't compete with me. It's because I put in the hard work. I am, and I don't think I'm great, but I also know I am great. And I only see myself. I'm only as good as my last show. If my last show I didn't do the best, I would want to do good, but if I do well, I will be happy about myself, because I know I can always get better. But like, I really think I am ready. I do think so. I know people don't think I'm ready. Some people think so. Some people just like really disgusted by how ambitious I am, because ambitious women of color disgust people. I understand, you know, but I'm not going to change, because I am a woman of color here. But like, when I'm in China, I'm just a woman.
And you're a fighter. Yeah,
I'm a fighter. After all, I'm just a fighter, a warrior. My gender is not important.
I agree.
I don't think gender is ever important, and I don't think the life we know it is fair. Life is not fair.
No,
it's never fair, and I don't have any patience for girls to complain about it. It's so hard because they are women. You should know that. It is very hard. It is like when we were born, the life is going to be very hard because we are women. And so I don't think we should talk about it more, or just work harder and change it.
Yeah. Well, and leading by example, I think there is something within, I don't know if you feel this way, but maybe it's because I was raised here, but being a woman, we compete against each other instead of helping each other.
Yeah.
Like mentorship and community, instead of seeing another female as a competitor to me. And I don't know where that comes from. I could hypothesize it's like because we're going to compete for the same man, or we're going to there's only one woman that can get this job and it needs to be me. I would assume maybe that's where it comes from, but it's to our own detriment.
I think we were just like conditioned to do this by society, our fathers, our brothers, and the men in our life, because they want to make us less threatening. Imagine when women can just like really helping each other. We'll take over. There won't be wars. There'll be flowers and books and education. There won't be wars and anti-abortion. Like we don't have room for that. Women want flowers, want floating shelves and beautiful dark green wallpaper. You know, like puppies and kitty cats and all the kids singing, dancing.
That's true.
Well, we are just so powerful, and they try to limit us. That's how I feel.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. It does feel limiting, and we do it to ourselves too as a result. Because
we're conditioned. We're just threatened by other women's success.
So then how did you find yourself? So you came to LA out of college, so 21-ish, 22?
2013.
Okay. 2013. So 10 years ago.
Well, when you think I'm looking so young, that's so cute.
You do look so young. I mean, I'm not young either. I turn 40 next in 2 weeks.
I can't tell.
I know. It's called sunscreen, I guess.
Maybe because you're always helping people, so Buddha makes sure your face is young. To
Maybe.
Pay
in
the
middle of the night, tightens it all out. You found your way out to LA, and is that where you met your ex-husband?
No, I met him when I went to China to host the event for Shanghai Film Festival 2017. Oh, okay. I met him in China. He's a Chinese businessman, and I moved back to China for him for a year. And
oh wow, what was that like?
You know, like it was, I think, a lot of about him that I was attracted is because he is the man my mom wanted me to marry. Tall, handsome, extremely wealthy, and Chinese. And
like check.
And he's claiming to support my career, which he actually did, but it has to be under his condition. He invested millions of dollars for me to be in a TV show, and but you know, I can get it is because of him. The thing about the TV show is that they want me to bleach my skin because they said that your skin color is not convincing for you to play the leading lady because you are not a beautiful girl. People like the Chinese.
Wow. Because the Chinese show.
Like the people, the audience just won't buy it. They just don't. You look like the girl who got dumped, you know. And also, I'm too curvy. My tits too big. My butt is like I'm just too big.
You're a regular person, but that's not acceptable.
But I need to lose like 30 pounds. Like I have to to be a 00.
Holy moly!
And they want my face. I also like the IV treatment to bleach my skin.
It's an IV treatment.
Yeah, there's like in your blood. It's like a really hardcore. And I did one session IV treatment. Then I stood up. I'm walking out from this project, and I've spent my whole fucking life to learn that I am beautiful, and my fucking job is to empower the little girls in Asia who look like me, who is slightly darker than the bleached wet asshole standard, to actually don't feel small, don't feel like they have to marry a guy who's abusive because they are not pretty enough, to feel like they have to listen to their parents because they are not pretty enough. I want them to just if I bleach my skin and get famous doing this bullshit, I will become a fraud, and there's nothing I can do to empower anybody, and I would lose all my childhood being this little girl who is so sad and who is just so suppressed to not go anywhere, not help anybody, to not grow. So I'm like, fuck this shit. I can't do it. It was very hard for my ex-husband and everybody, but I can't do it. I want to be successful. I really do. But I just don't think I would be fulfilled because I don't have a voice if I
Well, it's not at that cost, right? That cost was too high for you because you didn't get to be yourself. You were forced to be somebody else in order to do it.
The thing I fought my whole life, I had to give up. So I decided to go back to LA and just have the baby and to reflect what should I do. And John Singleton pointed me the way. John Singleton single-handedly made me a comedian.
How did that happen?
I was auditioning for this TV show called The Rebel. It's his TV show. It's like the lead girl is a black girl. She's a cop. And then her sidekick, her like partner girl is a Chinese girl from Oakland. Chinese girl, very cute, but no kung fu. So it's like...
she's a badass.
Yeah, so like a Rush Hour on a budget. So I remember I got the audition and I did the taping and then I got call back and then finally, you know, I did the improv because John Singleton asked for some improv and he just cannot stop laughing. People were just laughing. I was going jokes after jokes. I don't even know it because I was just always being funny because if you're not a pretty girl, I still want attention. I always say funny things, witty and funny. I read all the books when I was a little girl in China. I don't have friends. I just read books. I quote things. I have. So he just walk over like the table. He just like have his phone playing Ali Wong's comedy special. He's like, do you know what this is? This is stand-up comedy. You should do stand-up comedy and you are going to be a star. So I was like, oh my God, do I have the job now? He's like, hell no, I don't understand a word you said. But you have to try stand-up. You are a fucking natural. It's gonna take you. I'm like, but I want to be an actress. He's like, don't worry about it. Once you're a star in comedy, the studios will make movie for you to be the lead. It doesn't matter. You don't have to even learn English. You can speak with your accent. It doesn't matter. Everything about you will be what they want. And that's would be how you can really make it in Hollywood. I think it's comedy because you are gifted.
You see a lot of comedians being the leads in films. So he's not wrong. So what did your husband think of this?
He thinks it's stupid. He didn't believe in going to open mic, standing in line with people. He thinks it's not going to go anywhere. He said, you don't speak perfect English. You don't have any experiences. I'm not going to let you stand outside the street with those homeless, jobless comedian and bring shame to me. He was all against it. And when I come home late, he would call me a whore.
Wow. And
he always tell you're losing your look. You're getting fat after the baby. You know, you're not going anywhere. You're getting old. You are turning 50. I'm like, I was just turned 30, but he just like a very mentally abusive. He didn't think I can make it. First of all, second, he didn't want me to make it without him.
Yeah, because then you wouldn't need him anymore.
Yeah.
And that was too threatening.
Yeah. So I got rid of him.
Yeah. So you had one child together? You think of two, right? What's their age difference? When did
the boy is 4, the girl is 2.5.
Oh wow! So this is recent. How was? Because I know you told me before we started recording that postpartum depression hit you hard. Was it with your first or with your second or with both? First, got you. And so this was during that time when he was telling you you're not going to make it.
Yes, and it got really ugly. I said I want to kill myself. He said you should. It's better for everybody if you die.
That's what your husband told you? Wow.
He said you should. You already had a son, you know. It's not like you are useless. You did something to contribute to our life. So.
Wow. How hurtful.
It's
like that was your only
it's just
job
like
to have a son?
Yeah, it's just I think for like a narcissist, I'm not the expert. You would be the expert. I think they would like you to free fall to see if you die, you know, you die. It's your fault because you're weak. But if you don't die, and they can have a stronger grasp in you because they push you to that and you still came back. So they can control you fully.
Yes.
I think that's just, he knows he can, like, I really determined to become a comedy star. And I bought a club. I was there 10 hours a day. Like, I'm not playing around. I'm not going out shopping, getting my massage done. Like,
yeah, you're working.
I don't care about money. I really don't. I want to be valuable and I want to be performing. I want to develop my talent, and that threatens him because if I'm just a girl after his money, you know, he knows he can control me. I wasn't even shopping for a year. I don't even care. I just was very focused on developing my talent, and it scares him.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, a narcissist, I know people always think that a narcissist is someone who is all about their ego, and that's part of it, and that they think so highly of themselves and they talk about themselves all the time. And yes, that's like a piece of it, but a bigger piece is the fact that they feel so insecure and so bad about themselves, really, like internally, that they manipulate other people to ensure that other people will need them, and they can like suck off of that need and off of that attention to make themselves feel better.
I know.
So it's like he needed you to need him.
Yes.
So that he would feel okay. And that is super abusive.
Very
essentially.
abusive. Yeah.
And so when he was telling you like, well, just go ahead and kill yourself, what happened inside of you? I can't imagine hearing that from Sean, or like even having someone in my life say that ever.
I think my son was 8 months old. And I think I had a really... Also, I noticed that my ex-husband has been working very meticulously to distance me and my family.
Oh, interesting.
I wasn't talking to my mother and my sisters.
Did you try to isolate you? Because allow them to control you more.
We got in a big fight. It's just like my mom and my sister, they were investing in some business in China, and she want me to support her, and I have some extra money, and I told them, you know, I'm going to give you 20 grand, but like, if you lose it, don't worry about it. I just don't want you to... I said, Mom, I don't believe in this business. I'm only doing it. It's because I'm your daughter. I want to support you, but like, I don't believe in this. I want you to hear this from me. And so if you lose it, I would not gonna be angry at you. But I just really want you to, like, I wish you don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, I just...
You're like, please don't, but I'll support you because I love you.
It was very hard for me, but my husband was willing to like turn around into something, because he found out my mom lose all the money, but she was so embarrassed with my sister, she wouldn't tell me. She's like, oh, it's still going. So I didn't know, but my husband knows that my mom lost the money and she stopped doing it. But my mom kept telling me, oh, it's fine, it's still going, you know, don't worry about it, I promise I'll make the money back and give it. I'm like, I don't care about it. Then my mom, then Harrison's like, she's lying to you. She steal the money and she give it to your sister, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't believe it. Then I'm like, Mom, like, do you still have the business? She's like, yes, I do. Then I found out from other people she don't. It just, I don't know why. I was like I have postpartum depression, and my mom and we were not in a good place, and the only time we talked about it is when she asking for money. But like, then
that feels its own
kind of like, I yell at her. I'm like, I can't believe you just like, what like, you just take the money and give to my sister. If you want to give to her, I'll just give to her. I don't want you to lie to me about it. Then she lost it. Then we stopped talking for like at least 4 months.
Wow.
So that was during that time, and he said, your family is stealing money from us, from you. You are stupid. They don't give a fuck about you, blah, blah, blah. Nobody care about you. Or your friends don't talk to you, blah, blah, blah. Because he won't let me hang out with them. Like, whenever I hang out with them, it's like a big fight.
Oh.
So you are like a dog. You know, when you hear belt, you start to drool. Because whenever my friend texts me, I'll just like, oh, I'm busy. Because I know. Every time we hang out, there's a big fight. I start to connect the dots. But back then, I didn't. I just know
see it for what
if
it was,
I hang out, we're going to have a fight somehow. Like, it's just going to become a huge fight. It lasts for a week.
Yeah.
Like a week, at least 5 days.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And he's also retired. He has no job. He made so much money, like, he just doesn't work. His job is playing golf.
But you can't hang out with your friends because that's threatening to him.
So he didn't want to, like, actually the real good friends, like, who are actually good for myself. So I just kind of become isolated. And then we had a big argument because I went to a comedy show. But I wasn't a big comedian. You know, back then I wasn't famous. I wasn't nothing. I was just lucky to be booked on a show, to be honest. It was in Long Beach, and I went there. He said, like, no, it's like a shithole. It's in a bar. It was in a bar. But you do whatever you can do.
Stories. Yeah.
You do whatever it takes. You get your ass on stage. That's what you do. And he had a big fight with me. He's like, if you're going to go there, I'm going to be so mad at you. You know, I'll be so disappointed because you are shameless. You're attention-seeking whore. Like, comedy don't need you. Nobody need you to be at the bar. There's big comedians. They are already doing well. They don't, like, there's other Asian women, you know. I just...
As if there's only room for one Asian woman.
He just like, yeah, like I don't know. But it's just like only room for one, or like there's no room for me, basically, because I don't have talent. I just went there anyway, and I know we're going to have a big fight. But however, my car was in the shop, and they got me a new Tesla rental. But like, you know, for the Tesla, sometimes it shows how much percentage of battery left. How many shows how many miles left. I'm also like, I'm not good with technology. And my car always shows how many miles. And then that one shows battery. I didn't really pay attention.
Yeah.
And my car died in Pomona.
Uh-oh.
It's like the dangerous part where people do sell drugs.
The 909. Sketchy.
Yeah, very sketchy. So I called him. I'm like, hey, it's like 35 minutes away from our house. I'm like, please come to get me because I'm off-road. It's dark. There's no lights. And I'm in very sexy outfit. And my car died. My phone is going to die. He said one thing I would remember forever. I hope you get raped and murdered because you are talentless. You have no talent. You are a stupid, disgusting whore. You have a kid at home. You don't care about your child. You want to go out there and whore around. Why are you in Pomona? Are you fucking somebody there? That's it. And my phone died.
And he left you there?
Yep.
So how did you get out of that situation?
There's a car behind me parked and knocked my door. A guy with a face tattoo.
Oh.
Just keep knocking.
That's sketchy.
So I had to open the door because I don't want to get violent. He's like, you should get into my car because this place is very dangerous. And I just strongly suggest you don't stay in your Tesla and wear this.
Okay.
I said, okay. Then I got in his car. He took off his hoodie and he's like, you should wear this to cover yourself up.
Okay. Sounds kind of nice, but that's super scary.
I look back, it's guns. He's like, oh yeah, I'm a fugitive. And so I said, my phone died. I need to call AAA. He's like, I can't use my phone. Can you charge your phone? Charge my phone on his car. Call AAA. He's like, if you call them, I have to stay far away from you. You just stand here. I'll watch you. So nobody come to hurt you.
Wow.
And then, so the car was closer. He dropped me off. He was like far away. And then I got in AAA. I remember he stood out to get out the car. He waved at me.
Wow, he
said, keep the hoodie.
Life.
He said, keep the hoodie. That's it.
Wow.
A fucking drug dealer fugitive saved my life. My own husband asked me to get raped and murdered.
Wow. It is sometimes you jump to conclude, wow, that's such a crazy story. Sometimes help comes in not the package that you think.
That's an angel.
Yeah, it gives me goosebumps.
From God.
Ugh.
Like that is. And that determined me to get divorced.
Because he left you there.
Yeah. He wanted me to die twice. That's the second time he wanted me to die. Is that when he literally said, I wish you got raped and murdered. He's going to tell people I have a lover there. I'm cheating. You know, he's going to make up a story. But the first one is like when my son was a baby, he basically told me that because you just don't care about your son. That's why, you do comedy, you hang out with your friends. Like Pilar is like my best friend. She, I started working for her venture capital company when I was a young girl, and I made a lot of good money and supported my dream as an actress. And she's my sister, and my ex would say shit about her, like she's like weird, she's a lesbian, she wants to fuck me, and it's just like weird shit. When this woman who I know, like my soul sister, who's been emotionally, mentally supportive, financially, I mean, she was my boss, and she basically said, you can do anything you want. You're going to make good money doing this because you're good at it. You're also going to go to the best teacher to learn acting. So I kind of lost all my friends, and so I decided to kill myself. I took a bottle of Ambien.
But you're here, so what happened?
I want to drive to the beach to watch the ocean when I take the pill. I got to Santa Monica. I was like, oh my God, it's tents everywhere. It's gross. I can't die here. Let's go to Malibu. So I kept driving to Malibu.
Drive down PCH a little farther.
I know. I remember like when I decided to take all my pills. Actually, I got, I called my mom. I said, Mom, I'm sorry. We are in this place that I didn't know. I would not talk to you for a long time over money. It's not about money. It's about like
She lied about it.
You lied about it, and Harrison said you give it to my sister. I just don't feel like if she need money, you should just tell me. Why would you lie to me about it? She was still angry at me. She's like, I don't want to talk to you.
Oh wow! After 4 months or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
I said I'm sorry. She's like, you're not sorry. You're a selfish person, and I cannot believe you don't believe me and your sister. I regret giving birth to you.
Wow. So hateful.
Yeah, I said, I want to tell you I'm sorry. She's like, you're not sorry. I said, I'm going somewhere. She said, bye. She hung up on me. And I called I've been married twice. My first husband was my college sweetheart. I think he's like the best human being I've known. And we grew apart and we got a divorce. We know each other very well. But I think he's the only person I care about at that point to call, to say that I'm sorry I broke your heart. That if I have another chance, we would stay together and I would compromise. And because you just want nothing but love me. You never, whenever I got an audition, I don't get a job. He'd be like, they are so blind. You are going to be a big star. They're so stupid.
Oh, he was so supportive.
He just like always so supportive. We don't have any money. He's a scientist. He's like a PhD candidate. We would get furnitures on the street when the school has like a new session or the students moving out.
They leave their stuff. You take
we'll
your furniture.
Go, take the furniture, the cheap free ones, and I'll clean, we'll paint together. That's our life. And I was very happy. And I just want to tell him I'm very sorry. And he said, I said, I just want to tell you I'm sorry. He said, what's wrong with you? I said, nothing. He's like, there's something wrong. I said, no. He's like, listen, you are beautiful. You're going to have all your dreams coming true. And your son Wednesday is very cute. And I'm always here for you. You should know that you can be anything you want, and you are going to get whatever you want. And you are a good person. Then I hang up. I wasn't going to take the pill, but I was still not going to go back. So my text message, I got like from my tenant from one of my properties, like I got laid off, Miss Summers, like I can't pay rent. I'm like, when can you pay? 2 weeks later, I'm like, I don't have to die now. I can die 2 weeks later. The cheap Chinese kicks in. I'm like, no. But also like, I'm like, no, what, am I dying? Like, why would I die? So it was the moment of darkness. It really hit me. I was gonna take the pills. I wasn't, I just, I don't know. That's why
you reached out.
Yeah.
You reached out to your people and he came through for you.
Yeah. So I will always love him.
Yeah.
I would always love him. And actually been through this abusive relationship with my ex-husband, like the one I have children with. But like my first husband, he is kind of the reason why I still believe in love. Because there are people like that.
You've experienced it.
Yeah, I know.
Like, yeah.
I know. I still think about it. It lights my heart in a winter's day. It is just so powerful and beautiful. And I know he's going to have a beautiful life. And I'll always be there loving him. Like I would always love him.
Of course.
Yeah,
he was there when you needed him the most too.
Yeah.
And he probably doesn't even, it sounds like he kind of realized something was wrong, but he doesn't know how important that was for you. So I've always been curious about mental health treatment, because you had postpartum depression, you had a super narcissistic abusive husband, contemplated suicide twice, very serious, scary situations. How is mental health treated? Is it treated, I mean, in China or even as a Chinese American? Like how do you talk about it? Do people talk about it? After my marriage ended, I started my therapy on January. Okay. I can say personally, yay, it's life-changing. I don't want to be a cult leader, but like it just help. How do I say it? It helps you open your eyes to see the world the way it should be. It just you are not as clouded. But we are already smart human beings. Like we are stupid when we are clouded, but like when you are not clouded, it's not that hard for you to figure out what's wrong, what's going on. And I was like depressed, I guess, like before I got married, because I wasn't happy about where my career is at. I took some like Zoloft, and it was very negative when I mixed it with alcohol. Oh yeah, and you're not supposed to do that. But people don't talk enough about that either. I feel like doctors will say like, and just, lay off the alcohol somewhat. They don't tell you like how bad it can be. Yeah. It was. So what was your experience? I had a blackout and I was so depressed. I just stopped taking it. So it like made it worse. Yeah, I stopped taking it. And I also got sober. I think I mentioned it. And now I'm like almost 5 months sober. Oh wow, congratulations. Thank you. That's really, those first few months are the hardest. Yeah, I've never
I never knew I could get sober because my father was an alcoholic my whole life. That's the reason why my mom has this awful marriage. They fight over it. My dad is always drunk on the couch. He would hit me. He was drunk and like he's walking around naked. Like it's just like ugh. And I, unfortunately, I think I have alcoholism in my DNA. My sister don't. My brother, they drink one.
It's fine. It's very different.
Yeah, their face is red. Like they don't feel anything. For me, like, oh my God, like, I think my ex-husband made it worse. Like before my ex-husband, I'm just this fun girl who can drink, but I don't drink because I don't need it. But with him, he knows that, so he buy a lot of alcohol and he applied me with alcohol when he wanted to control me. Then he would shame me of being an alcoholic. Then I do something he like, he would give me a lot of alcohol to reward me. I don't really see it when I was in the relationship, but now I'm sober, I can see it. Is that he's using alcohol to control me, and he made me a full-blown alcoholic because I need to be drinking to cope with his abuse.
Well, yeah, and it sounds like you have never been the type to have one drink and be fine. You would be like many drinks until you feel drunk.
I always been that type, but like I never drink because I feel bad. I always drink because we were celebrating something or like at a party or like something, but I never go home and sit by the couch and drink by myself.
Yeah, by yourself.
But I do that after my marriage, during my marriage. So I wasn't an alcoholic, but I definitely have alcohol use disorder before I met him. But I just, when I drink is because there's some, it's not make me feel better. It's just like we are drinking and I can't drink one glass. I'm drinking one bottle. Yeah,
you know, it's not going to stop there.
Yeah, it's not going to. And with him, I have to drink in order to stop shaking because he is so abusive.
So scary that your nervous system's like.
Yeah. So I definitely became an alcoholic, but a high functioning alcoholic. Nobody would know
that you had the problem.
Because I'm a workaholic. So I achieve goals in my career. People don't understand. I also is dealing with alcoholism. Yeah.
So therapy helped you see that? Or
I wasn't sober when I got into therapy.
Yeah, because you said January, so it's 5 months.
I wasn't sober. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
That's totally
I think you're gonna be shocked. Okay. In the morning, not every morning, once a week, I would have some OJ. Then I would open a bottle of champagne. I would add champagne in my OJ. It would be like 10. Then I would be working at home and stuff. And then I'd be like, oh, the champagne's gonna go bad because it's open. So I would just keep drinking champagne until it's like 3 or 2.
Just like all through your morning until it's gone.
And then like afternoon, I would have meetings. I'll go to the Soho House, like have 2 glasses of red wine. And then I would start going to do my shows at evening. I normally have 2 shows if I'm not in New York. New York is worse. Before the show, I have 1 IPA. During the show, I have 1 IPA, 2. Before the show, I have 1 more. Second show, I have 1 more. Then after show, I have 2 shots. I go home, I can't sleep because I'm on the stage high. I have to drink like 2 glasses of vodka and soda. So that is the amount of alcohol I take I would say 3 times a week. But the other days is not, I don't drink. It's just not as much as this.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's like your full day of drinking. Like
yeah,
when you
how
have
much
a show
is that?
And stuff. That would be, a lot.
That would be alcoholism. I really think so.
Yeah, because even me just thinking of myself drinking an entire bottle of champagne, I'd be like,
yeah. And so imagine you can still function, and it's not good news.
And I go to meetings, and I have
it's not. That's why whenever I see younger girls brag about how much they can drink, I'm just like, honey, you have alcohol use disorder. Your body wants it. It take a lot of alcohol to make you feel good, and it's not a good thing. Yeah,
the tolerance build up, right? Because it takes more and more and more to get that same effect.
Yeah. So that's how much I've been drinking.
Wow, I had no idea. Yeah,
that's how much. And that's when even like my therapist wasn't happy about me. She was very cunty in a good way. I love her. And I'm grateful she's cunty for me to see, because I wouldn't miss my appointment. And she's like, I missed my first appointment with her. She's like, hey, if you are like, I don't have time for this. Like if you are not serious about this, like I hope you find somebody else. And like I remember my assistant's like, oh, she's so bitchy. I'm like, no, it's my fault. If I like I should tell her I will miss it. I'll be late. But I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you just didn't show up.
She emailed and I don't reply. And, it's my fault. I want to take responsibility. That's what I want. And then she was kind of a little like suspicious about me. The first meeting, I was a little late. But the more she got to know me, she wasn't abusive. She just really just like, I don't have time. I know.
She's stern.
I don't care that what you are going through. I'm sorry, but like I just cannot. I need somebody like because she was angry. Not just I missed it. I didn't reply her email, and I just scheduled for the next week without even saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, I missed the first." I didn't even say
anything. Yeah.
She was angry about that.
Well,
but now she's like my therapist.
Of course.
And changed my life.
Yeah. And I think there is something to the tough love of therapy that is helpful, but a little like your assistant's like, wow, she's kind of bitchy.
Yeah.
But the thing that's cool, I find, about being a therapist is you get to demonstrate
boundaries.
Yes. And healthy communication, right? Yeah. She's like, you didn't communicate with me. And she can be upset.
Yeah.
But you want to take responsibility.
Yes.
It gives you an opportunity to have discourse and for it to be okay.
Yeah, she respects me because she's like, okay, this girl, she can handle situation without being a victim, because I wasn't trying to be a victim.
No, and you're like, it's my fault, blah, blah, blah. And then you're able to keep seeing her. So how has therapy been from that point forward then? So that was a rough start.
At the beginning, I can't keep my appointments with anybody. I can't.
Because of drinking?
Yeah. Or, and also like I work too much. Like I work so much. And being a mom too, I have to be there for the kids a little. Like all the drinking is basically the problem. That the hangover is so brutal because I have a small body. Like taking that amount of alcohol.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, but the problem is like I can't live my life like a comedian. I can't wake up at 2 p.m. I have to wake up at 7:30 sharp.
Kids. Yeah,
I go to sleep at 3, 7:30 sharp. I mean, imagine you just go to sleep sober. Yeah. You are still tired. Imagine with the alcohol, because you don't have real sleep with alcohol.
No, you don't. It's like restless and like anxious sleep.
Yes.
And,
so I'm anxious. It results into I want to drink more.
Oh, to like take that edge off and then.
Yeah. And then I don't want to talk to people. Like I have an appointment at 2, I'll be like, I just want to move it. Like I want to move it. I just can't. I have to get the videos first. I can't. I don't know what to say. And it was just like I can't. I mean, I struggle jungle balls do things. Like I try to do things and I seem doing okay. Also, like people around me is taking advantage because I wasn't sober. People working for my club are stealing money. People who are around me trying to get resources from me in comedy, trying to use me to do things and trying to use my connections, lie to me about things, trying to manipulate me into doing things that's beneficial for them, but harming my career. But I'm like a really nice person. I want to help people. But then I realize like, yeah, you want to help them. They want to fucking kill you. I also have people like try to offer me cocaine.
Oh, dangerous.
After I got sober. They're like, oh, cocaine can help you focus. You should try it. I'm like, are you talking to a recovering alcoholic, single mom of 2 with no child support? She should try cocaine.
Yeah. Are you serious right now?
Yeah. And she's like, so then I just, but then I got sober because when we got in sober, my therapist didn't tell me you should get sober. She just was just working with me. I just got to the point. I said, I want to get sober. She said, what happened? I said, nothing bad happened. Actually, it was Austin. It happened in Austin.
Really?
Very special. I just remember the show was like sold out show. It was just such a beautiful moment because Austin really is not my market. San Diego, Seattle, Chicago, New York, but like it means something to me. Is that I was in a very good mood. I got to the club and I start, my usual, start doing 2 IPA beer, like a shot in the middle, murdered, did amazing and did a meet and greet, meet all my fans. They were so excited to see me. Then I got back to my hotel room. I have this like 3 or 4, I think 4 cans of beer I took from the club because I need to drink it before I go to sleep. I was drinking it. And I don't know why I just got really sick. I started throwing up. And then I'm like, why would I do this right now? I don't feel any success or happiness.
Yeah, you're like taking it from yourself almost.
Yeah, and then I realized that myself drinking, other than my ex-husband abusing me, is that it's the deeper trauma than I think. It's me. I still think I'm this little girl who has no talent, who's ugly, nobody love. And when I achieve the success, I am scared to feel it. I want to numb myself from feeling it because I think I don't deserve it.
Isn't that interesting? Because we always talk about how bad, quote unquote, bad feelings like sad, disappointment, depression, we don't want to feel those things. But the good can be just as scary. The excitement, the joy, the success, the pride can be super dangerous and super overwhelming all at the same time. And we can want to numb out from both of those things.
Yes. So that was a moment. I threw away the beer and I said to myself, I walked in the mirror, I said, I will never drink again. Because I want to feel every bit of the success I worked very hard for. I want to feel it. I want to look at people on the face, want to make them laugh.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy every single moment because that's why I'm here. That's why I climb out of the dumpster. That's why I'm here. That's why I fight.
That's your purpose.
And I want to do this so I can realize my full potential and be a good mother for my children.
I love it.
And I didn't even go to AA. I mean, I did some online AA meetings just to get started, but I didn't struggle at all. After that, that was it. I was shaking a lot. The first 2 months, it was very difficult.
Like the detox of it,
yeah. But I don't hate it. When my PR and we had lunch, she had one rosé. I have a glass. I had a sip. I didn't think it's poison, but my body just don't want it anymore because I'm not delusional. I know if I finish this glass, I'm gonna have the bottle. So I know I don't need to have that bottle.
You know your limits of this just isn't for me.
Yeah, it's just not for me. There's other things I can do to poison myself, like getting tattoos and stuff.
Other ways to cope.
Yeah, I can just poison myself in other ways. But that's it. I stopped drinking. I started drinking when I was probably 18. It's been 15 years of alcohol, but it didn't get really bad until my marriage.
Yeah. Well, I had more of a reason to drink. Not that there's a reason, but in your head, more of a way to cope. And he was also plying you with it to make you more submissive.
He also tell me I'm alcoholic, tell me you have the bad blood in your body. You're like your father. Shame me. Because the shame can really get to you.
Yeah. Make you think something's wrong. Like your bad blood. What are you supposed to do with that? That's, So therapy, we're still going. We still find it helpful.
Yeah, I really think it's very helpful to talk to professionals.
Yeah.
I don't think I am good with drugs.
That's fair. We don't have to take a Zoloft or a Prozac or anything like that to make us feel better. For some people need it, but for others, it's actually, there's side effects or worse.
Yeah, I want to feel, if there's something depressing, I want to feel it and understand why I'm depressed. I think it's just turning off your body's radar.
Yeah.
And using drugs. I mean, somebody really need it. It helps them, but for me personally. Yeah.
Well, for people, I always talk, my audience in particular, I always tell them it's think of it like a life raft to get your head above water if you're drowning in the symptoms.
Exactly.
Because
it's a life raft.
Because people get scared to try things thinking, I have to stay on this forever. I can never feel things anymore. And that's really not the truth. It's more let's utilize this tool so we can get to a place where we can understand our depression. We can understand our anxiety. We can find better ways to manage it.
It's you broke your leg, you need a cane. Until you get better. Yep. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that at all.
Yeah. I just, I feel like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just really tough. When I was having the baby, I told the doctor, I don't want epidural. She's like, what? I said, I want to feel the pain. I think it's important for me to feel the pain. I think it's a part of life. This car exploded. My mom was like, Mommy, look, the car exploded. Somebody's in the car. It's so painful. I said, pause the TV, Winston. Where's the remote control? Pause the TV. Come here. I said, that's what happened to Mommy's vagina, okay? For you. So can you go get Mommy some green tea and rub my feet? Okay, Mommy. I'm sorry. I'm like a good boy.
Raise a respectful man.
Yes.
I wish I could talk to you for hours, but I know you have a flight to catch.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me. I feel so safe talking to you. It just makes me feel really empowered. Thank you for all the great work you do.
Yeah, of course. And where can people find you?
JiaoyingSummers.com is all my tour, all my life, and then Jiaoying Summers at Jiaoying Summers, JiaoyingSummers, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere.
We'll link everything in the description so you can find her. Go see her live. She is hilarious. I really enjoy your Instagram as well.
Thank you.
You have such an inspiring story. Keep fighting.
Yes.
Can't wait to see you live again.
Yes. Thank you.